Welcome to the Rise Movement podcast, a place where legends just like you learn how to raise your standards everywhere.
Welcome to another episode of the Rise Movement podcast. I'm Dave, and today we're going to be talking all about values. So you might notice that there's no visuals to this one if you're on YouTube. This is the start of a new initiative that I want to do while I'm driving. I drive so damn much, but I always have constant thoughts going on. I've always got things that I want to talk about while I'm driving, just because my mind never shuts off. It's, one of the biggest burdens that I have to deal with. However, at the same time that I'm driving, it gives me perfect time to be able to just let my thoughts out. So I have done a couple of TikToks and stuff like that did well while I was driving, but I don't want to have my phone recording on me because I don't want to put myself in risk when it comes to getting in trouble with the law and all these sorts of things. So we're doing it by audio only. The first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to values is it's much like standards. So with the Rise movement, raise your standards everywhere. It's the same thing with your values. However, your values are going to be the things that are unconsciously driving you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a values elicitation with you right now, and we're going to see what comes up for you. So in regards to your life, and when we do this, I don't want you to consciously think. I want you to grab the first things that come to mind, and then we're going to rank them in a hierarchy. So if you've got a pen and paper, like I always say when it says at the start of the video, back in the old podcast introduction, grab a pen and a pad, get ready to write some notes. Get a pen and a pad, write some notes, because what we're going to do is figure out what your values are for life. So now that you've got a pen and a pad, write down, without thinking, the first things that come to mind when I say, in regards to your life, what's most important to you about it. Write down them crazily right now. So in regards to your life, what is most important to you about it? And then don't stop, just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. I'm going to say it again. In regards to your life, what's most important to you about it? The only time that you should stop writing is the moment that you start thinking. So if you think, I like this and I like this and I value this, I like my kids, I love my kids, my partner, all these sorts of things, you're thinking too much. The first thing that comes to mind until you empty out that mind. I'm going to ask you again. In regards to your life, what is most important to you about it? So now, what we need to do is you're going to take that list, and that list will be somewhere between either 6 things or 56 things, depending on how fast you write and how well you have communication with your unconscious mind. From here, you're going to do what's called a conscious-unconscious binding process, and you're going to go through and list it from most important to least important. So I want you to list it from number 1 down to number 10. Don't worry about anything outside of the top 10. Realistically, don't worry about anything outside of the top 5. So do that now, pause the podcast here and go get that exercise done. Most important to least important. So now that you've done that, if I were to say sell you something regarding the 3 top things in your list there, number 1, 2, and 3, I would be able to trigger what's known as your motivation strategy and also possibly your buying strategy to get you into a program of some sort, or to be able to sell you a product or service involving those 3 things there to enhance your life. So if I was to sell you a program and we could increase point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, would that be of benefit to you? Instantly inside right now, there's going to be some things going on. There's going to be some emotion, there's going to be some energy moving, and you're going to notice that you've got a little bit more motivation around you. You've got a little bit more energy around you right now. That's because regardless of whatever is inside of your list, inside of those top 3, the moment that I said, if I could offer you a program that would increase the amount of 1, 2, and 3, and you said 1, 2, and 3, that would fill you full of joy, that would fill you full of energy, because they're the most important things to you in your life. How amazing is that? How absolutely amazing is that? Now, you know what you're unconsciously driven by. Those 3 things that we've just brought out right now, those are the things that you are intrinsically, unconsciously motivated to increase or to improve or to have more of. You've just been given the absolute key to your unconscious mind, the key to your motivation strategy, the key to everything about your unconscious when it comes to getting you to do something. So if you're a family man, the family's going to be in the top 3. If you love money, money's going to be in the top 3. If you love your career, career's going to be in the top 3. Whatever you value the most is going to be in that top 3. That's what you need to focus on. You need to be able to link everything that you do in your life to those three. Anything that is a low value behavior where you're like, ugh, I'm dragging my ass, I have to do this thing, I must get this thing done, it's driving me nuts, the missus is on my back about this thing, it's a low value priority for me. You now know that to be able to link it to number one, number two, number three, in regards to the importance in your life, you will be able to see that synesthesia and that connection together, and that thing won't be a pain in the ass anymore. And that's where we're going to leave it now. Have an amazing day. Much love. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, take care and much love.